Well, the day has finally come. The World Series. Los Angeles Angels made it to the ultimate goal, get to the series, and now we got to take care of business here. 4 wins away from getting our second World Championship in team history. We got to go through the New York Mets first. Pretty tall task. Scoring more runs than us in the playoffs. We have a far superior pitching staff. We just have to deal with Paul Skeens on their side, but they got to deal with our 3 guys on our side. They still have Juan Soto in the middle of their lineup. They also have Alexis Fuentes, who went in the same draft as Derek Sadicki. Would have gladly taken either one of those guys that year. So it's just going to be a matter of, can our pitchers shut them down? Or can their hitters finally get to our pitchers, which hasn't been done all postseason. Let's get to game 1 right now. Here he is on the mound, Freddie Lorenz. Guy has been masterful all season. 21 wins and a Cy Young in a regular season. You can see his ERA, his whip, both below 1. More strikeouts than innings pitched. Alexis Fuentes, their center fielder, is going to be the first man that he faces. And the first pitch of the World Series is a ground ball to third base. Denzer has it, throw across the diamond, and there we go. That's how we start the 2031 World Series, with a ground out to third. Here is the lineup for the Mets against the lefty today. Fuentes leading off. You can see Soto all the way down 8th. He is regressing heavily, and he is not good against lefties. We got a lot of lefties facing a left-handed pitcher. That's good for us. And stepping in the box now, third baseman Max Schumann. We are familiar with him, playing with the Oakland A's. Beat us in the first year that we made the playoffs with this team. He's got the count full. Here's the pitch from Freddie, and it's going to be a ground ball. First base Moda snags that, runs to the bag, and we have 2 quick outs on ground outs here in the top of the first inning. Good start, good start. That'll bring in Kristen Campbell. He traded Junior Caminero to get Campbell 2 years ago, 2 off seasons ago. So he's had a good playoffs. I would not have made that trade. I'd rather have Caminero's big bat. Here's the 1-2 pitch to him, and he takes strike 3 on the changeup. And Freddie has a very easy 1-2-3, top of the first. Nothing out of the infield. Now we go to the bottom half. Got to see if our bats, which woke up against Boston, stay hot. And on the mound for the Mets today is not Paul Skeens. It's going to be Michael King. Skeens actually could pitch on 4 days rest, but he pitched in Game 7 against the Padres. We're going to go with King. Not a bad season for him, though. 13-5 with a 3.50 ERA. That's his numbers in the postseason, so he's matched his ERA in both postseason and regular season. And Jesus Mate is going to lead things off. I think we've got something figured out with him back at the top of the order. First pitch to him is a strike at the knees. So Mate's guys average up 297. Offense always runs better when Mate and Santana are getting on base and stealing bags. Down to count 0-2. Here's a pitch, and he swings and misses on the sinker, diving down and away. That's the first out here in the bottom half. Batting second again, Luke Grace. He's kind of cooled off since the Boston series when he hit 3 2-run homers, but going to keep him up here at the number 2 spot, see how that works. Got a 1-1 count. Here's a pitch from King. It's a high fly ball in the left field. Racing back is Ramos to the track, to the wall, and it's gone! Wow, just like that. Just said Luke Grace hit 3 2-run homers against Boston. Then he's cooled off, and he starts the World Series with a solo shot. 4 home runs, leads our team in the postseason. Hit 20 during the regular season, but he's hitting like he's the one that had 50 instead of Edgar Mota. See this replay. Yeah, it's thigh high. Hits it up there, and Ramos just ran out of room as it goes into the bullpen. So there we go. Only takes us 2 batters, and we had the lead here in the first inning of Game 1. Now bring in Santana. Brought his batting average up from like 110 at one point. It was horrible. He's down to count 0-2, though, and he takes strike 3 on the sweeper for the second out of the inning. But he has been much, much better at the plate lately, and that'll bring in Edgar Mota, our 50 home run guy that's really struggling in the postseason. He's hitting 167. Need him to wake up as well. Been doing it without him, but it's better when he's on his game as he takes a pitch high. And now the count goes to 3-2. You can find some grass somewhere. Here's the pitch from King, and he takes high, ball 4. Wasn't sure. So we're going to get a 2-out walk. Almost called strike. I would have called it a strike. And that'll bring in Ray Harvey. So we have 1 on, 2 out. Harvey's got a couple of home runs, hit a big one against the Twins to wrap up that series. 2-1 count on him. Here's a pitch, and there's a shot over short, and that's going to get down. And the Angels are going to have 2 men on with 2 out as they continue this rally in the bottom of the first. Harvey does find grass I was asking for earlier, so now they'll bring in Nelson Rada. He's scuffling right now, hitting 184. Got 2 on, 2 out here in the bottom of the first. To be the 27th pitch of the inning by King. Here it comes. And it's going to be a ground ball, second base. Campbell's got it. He throws the first, and they dodge a big bullet, a big inning. Only give up the 1 run on Luke Gray's solo shot. That's how we start the series. Angels up 1-0 to go to the second inning. And leading off, Elliot Ramos. He's had a wonderful postseason for them. 372, 1 home run, 10 ribs. Doing the exact opposite of what most of our hitters are doing, making contact. He's down to count 0-2, though. Here's a pitch from Freddie, and he takes strike 3 at the letters on the inside corner. Another strikeout. That's his second one. 4 batters, and that'll bring in Eggy Rosario. He's only going to play third base against lefties. He's down to count 0-1. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be a ground ball, base hit up the middle. So the Mets get their first base runner of the series. That'll bring in first baseman Ryan Clifford. See, his average is low, but he's got 3 home runs. So he's got plenty of power here in the middle of the order. Down to count 0-2, though. On Freddie, strike him out. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be a little flare over third base into left field. So the Mets will have 2 men on now with 1 out as it just got over Guzman's head. That'll bring in Colson Montgomery, their shortstop. He's having a really good postseason. 286 with 3 home runs and 10 RBI. Not bad. You guys remember him from my White Sox draft-only franchise. Down to count 1-2, though. Here's a pitch. And he takes strike 3 at the letters. Strikeout number 3 already for Freddie Lorenz. Big strikeout there as the runners don't move up. Check this replay. Looking for something else. He just locked him up and in. That'll bring in Juan Soto, as I said, regressing. Ratings are really down against lefties. Takes a strike right down the middle. Down an 85 overall, but he's had a good postseason. 311, 2-13. So he's still dangerous. Got to be careful here. In fact, let me show you right here. 61 contact against lefties, 55 power against lefties. It's just heavily regressing. He's been injured the last couple of years. Hasn't played a full season since 29, and his stats show it. So this isn't the normal Juan Soto you're used to looking at. 2 on, 2 out here in the top of the second inning. 0-1 count. Here's a pitch. And it's a high fly ball down the right field line towards the corner. Garner over, and he's got it up against the wall for the third out. So Freddie allows a pair of 1-out hits, pitches around it. The Angels still lead 1-0 after an inning and a half. And we're going to hop to the top of the third inning. Angels did nothing in the bottom of the second, so Matt Theis, catcher, is going to be leading things off for the Mets. Splitting time with Robert Hernandez behind the plate. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it hits him right in the back, right on the 8. So the Mets will have their leadoff man on here in the third. Still 1-0 Angels. Leadoff hitter Alexis Fuentes up now, and broken back ground ball to third. Guzman's got it, throws the second for 1, relay to first, and he beats it out. So too slow to turn 2. Fuentes does have good speed. That means we have a stolen base threat on first with Max Schumann coming up. Grounded out his first time. 1-1 count on him. And runner goes, strike, throw down, and he is safe. I said it. He's a threat to steal, and there he goes right away. So now the Mets have the tying run at second base. 1 out, 2-2 count on Schumann. Here's the pitch. And jam shot, pop up to second base. Great pitch there by Freddie. Harvey out in the grass. He's going to have that for the second out, and Fuentes has to stay at second base. Great pitch there, and that'll bring in Christian Campbell. Struck out his first time. That's looking for a 2-out base hit. Tie this game up, 3-1 count. Don't walk him. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a line shot into right field and drop in front of Garner. Throw comes in. Fuentes trying to score, and he is out. What a play. Absolute strike to the plate by Ricky Garner. Guns down. The guy trying to tie the game. Look at that. Very accurate throw. Doesn't have the strongest one. He's got a very accurate throw all the way on the fly, and he gets him by that much. We're going to pick things up here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Still 1-0 Angels. Clyde Rosario leading off. Sees up to 290 in the postseason. Down in count 0-1. Here's a pitch. It's going to be a ground ball up the middle and through. So the Angels get their leadoff man on here in the fifth inning. See if they can make something happen here. Expand this lead. That'll bring in Denzer Guzman. He's really struggling. 0 for 1 with a strikeout in this game. I believe he only has one hit in the entire playoffs. Got the count full, though. See if he can draw a walk here. Here's a pitch from King. And, yeah, high ball 4. So there we go. He's not hitting. I'll take the walks. That puts 2 men on and nobody out as we go back to the top of the order for Jesus Mate. Struggling today. 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Has not looked good at the plate so far. Down in count 1-2. Do not need another strikeout here. Move them up. Do something. Here's the pitch. Here's a line shot into center field, and that's going to get down, and that's going to score a run. Throw comes back in. Runner's going to have to hold it second, but there we go. Mate with a big RBI single makes it 2-0 Angels here in the fifth. That'll bring in Mr. Home Run, Luke Grace. Solo shot the first, his 4th of the postseason. Runs the count full. Here's the pitch, and low for ball 4. So now we're going to have the bases loaded and nobody out. Leandro Santana coming up, and they're going to go to the pen. They're not going to let him face Santana. Remember, he threw a ton of pitches in the first inning. Got his pitch count up. They don't want to make a mistake when he's tired. Out of the pen, the long beard of Bennett Coleman. He's a computer-generated guy, single-digit pitcher. See his numbers. He's been excellent in the postseason for the Mets. He was 12-4 with a 1.99 ERA in the regular season. And here's Santana, 1 for 2 with a single. Got his average up to 282 on the postseason. See if he can keep it going here. He's got a 2-2 count on him, though. Here's the pitch. And it's a pop fly on the infield. Clifford racing back. Infield fly, so the batter's automatically out. That'll be the first out of the inning. Missed opportunity there. And that'll bring in Edgar Mota. Bases loaded, 0-2 count. And pitches high for ball 1. Been waiting for Edgar to do something, anything. Just a base hit over short would be good. Here's the pitch. There's a high fly ball in the left center field. Ramos chasing it. So is Fuentes to the wall. Leaps, and it's gone! A grand slam home run for Edgar Mota. It's about time. My goodness. Where has this been all playoffs? I'll take it right now in the World Series, but we've been waiting for this all postseason, and he finally comes through in the World Series. He loves to drive the ball the opposite way. And this pitch got a little bit too much to the plate. Mota just parked it over the fence. And now all of a sudden we have a 6-0 lead, boys and girls. With Freddie Lorenz on the mound. It's a pretty safe lead, I would say. That's all the runs we would score. So we wrap up this fifth inning with a 6-0 lead here in Game 1. And new pitcher out of the pen for the Angels going to be Danny Young. See his 0 ERA so far on the postseason. He's going to come in and relieve Freddie Lorenz. 6 shutout innings. Ryan Clifford, he's got a single and a double today. He'll be leading things off. One of their only hitters has been doing anything in the game. It's a 1-0 pitch from Young. That's going to be a line drive, base hit past third base into left field. So the Mets get the leadoff man on here. We got a long way to go, though. Down 6-0. It's a third hit of the game for Clifford. Now it'll bring in Colson Montgomery. 0 for 2 with a K. He's got plenty of power, though. Full count on him. Here's a pitch. And low for ball 4. So the Mets are going to get 2 men on to start the 7th inning. Let's don't load the bases, give up a bunch of base hits, and blow up this lead. That'll bring in Soto now. 2 on, nobody out. First pitch to him. And that's going to be a ground ball to first. Mota's got it. Throw to second for 1. Relay back to first. And there we go. 3-6-3. Double play. 2 outs. Moves a runner to third. Pretty much kills their opportunity to put up a big inning here. Just top that right to Mota. His arm has gotten much better than it was his first year. Had a couple of wild throws, I remember. That'll bring in Matt Theis now with man on third and 2 out. Down 6-0. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be a ground ball to Mota at first. He'll have that. Step on the bag, and there we go. Young allows 2 base runners to start the inning. Gets a double play and a ground out to get out of it. We're up 6-0. We're at the bottom of the 7th. Going to the pen here, top of the 9th inning. Johnny Brito's going to try and finish this game off, see what excellent season he had during the regular season. It's his first appearance this postseason. Haven't needed him at all. And leading off the top of the 9th, it's going to be Eggy Rosario's 1 for 3 with a single. First pitch to him. That'll be a pop-up on the infield, just into the grass. Ray Harvey settles under it. And quick 1 pitch, 1 out right there. 2 pitch, 1 out. It was the second pitch of his at-bat. Then I'll bring in Ryan Clifford now. Nobody on and 1 out. 3 hits on the day. He's pretty much been their offense. Down to count 1-2. Here's a pitch from Brito. And check swing. Said he went around. Throw down to first. And there's 2 quick outs here in the 9th inning. Angels trying to wrap this up with no drama. And that'll bring in Colson Montgomery. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a walk. Last chance for New York for a miracle comeback. 1-0 count. Here's a pitch from Brito. It's going to be a ground ball to Mota. Snags it, and he steps on the bag, and there we go. Angels continue their hot streak. Won 4 games in a row against the Twins, and they start the World Series with another dub. We get another fine pitching performance by that man, Freddie Lorenz. Bats wake up. We get 2 home runs, one by Luke Grace and a big grand slam by Edgar Mota. The offense we know and love from the regular season finally showing up here in the postseason. See the line score. 5 earned runs for King, 3 hits for Clifford, Mota with the grand slam, and Freddie, no runs, 6 Ks, 6 innings. We start this series off right way. The Angels win 6-0 and take a 1-0 lead. Check out this box score. See 1 hit for Campbell, Ramos, Rosario, 3 for Clifford, couple of walks in there. King got pounded. Coleman gave up the grand slam on our side. Bunch of guys with 1 hit. The grand slam from Mota. He also walked twice. Luke Grace, as I said, solo shot to get us going. I don't like the 3 strikeouts by Mate, but Freddie, a gem of a start. And Young, Alfonso, and Brito, 1 hit over their last 3 innings. They shut him down, and it's time to go on to game 2 and see if we can win both these games in LA. Here we are, game 2 in LA. Kind of giddy after that big outburst there by Edgar Mota, the grand slam. Again, another stellar start by Freddie, and now the Angels looking to go up 2-0 in the series before it goes to New York. Mets trying to even this up, steal at least part of the home field away. In the bullpen, Tyler Bremner's going to get the start today, just like he did last round. On the mound for the Mets, Paul Skeens, 2 really good pitchers. Expecting a pitcher's duel, another low-hit game. It's the Mets. It's the Angels. It's the World Series. MLB The Show 25. There he is, big game pitcher, Tyler Bremner. Dude has been phenomenal. See what he's done this year. He also threw 8 shutout innings against the Astros last year. He just turns it up a notch once he gets into the playoffs. And leading off, again, center fielder Alexis Fuentes. He's down to count 1-2. Here's the pitch from Tyler. And swings and misses on a 2-seamer and strikes out. So there we go. It's how we start this game off. Big strikeout. Keep their leadoff man off base. See Bremner, a 2-seamer running down and away. And he missed it. That'll bring in Max Schumann. First pitch to him. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. Backhanded by Mate. Sets and throws. And there we go. 2 down. I love that. 3 pitches, 2 outs. See the lineup. Soto moves up to 5. Bowers comes in at DH. Hernandez comes in at catcher. Montgomery drops to 9th. We'll use this against the right-handed pitchers in the series. And I'll bring in Christian Campbell. Nobody on and 2 out here in the first. And first pitch swinging again. Ground ball to third. Scoop by Guzman. Throw to first. And wow, that was a very quick inning. It's actually a 6-pitch inning. We'll take that any day, especially in the first inning. In the bottom half of the first. No score. And as I said before, on the mound, Paul Skeens. See what he's done in the postseason. Elevated ERA. Has not been quite himself. He only had like 135 strikeouts this year. Is way below normal for him. Jesus Mate is going to lead things off. Had a big RBI single in game 1. Down to count 1-2. Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss, and he strikes out on the splitter. Still has strikeout problems, but he's been getting at least more contact on base every once in a while. That'll bring in Luke Grace, Mr. Home Run, in yesterday's first inning. And he hits a high fly ball to left field again. Ramos racing back to the track, to the wall, and right up against the short wall he has it as Grace bids for another first inning home run and comes up about 3 feet short. We're going to go the same exact lineup that we did yesterday. No reason to change anything. That'll bring in Leandro Santana, hoping he can get hotter than he is right now. He's starting to heat up, though. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And there's going to be a ground ball snagged at first by Clifford. Race to the bag, and that's a quick 1-2-3 inning for us. That was only an 8-pitch inning for Skeens. So these batters going up there trying to hit the first pitch they see, and it's not working. And top of the second inning, Ramos leading things off. Just saw him pinned up against the wall by Luke Grace. He is a very dangerous power bat in this order. 29 homers, 106 RBIs in the regular season. He's going to walk to start the second inning, which was way high, not even close. It was a 9-pitch at bat, by the way. It was a battle. That'll bring in Juan Soto. Hitless in game 1. I showed you in the other game. He's got much better contact and power against righties. 2-2 count. Here's a pitch. And he swings and misses and strikes out for the first out of the inning. There we go. Second strikeout for Bremner. That'll bring in first baseman Ryan Clifford. 3 hits in game 1. It's pretty much their offense. Down and count 0-2 though. Here's a pitch from Bremner. And swing and a miss on a changeup down and in. It's a second out of the inning. It's strikeout number 3, second in a row. That'll bring in Jake Bowers, the DH. Hasn't done a whole lot in the postseason. He's down on count 0-2 as well. Bremner working fast today. Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss on the changeup again. So he comes in and strikes out the side after walking Ramos to start the inning. Bremner's got 4 Ks through 2 innings. And leading off the top of the second, Mr. Grand Slam, Edgar Mota. And hope that's a big sign of things to come. He heats up. This could be a short one. 2-2 count on him. Here's the pitch from Skeens. And he swings and misses on that nasty splitter and strikes out. Strikeout number 2 for Skeens. That'll bring in Ray Harvey. See if he can get his bat going. 0-2 count. Here's a pitch. And he swings and misses on a sweeper and strikes out. So Skeens and Bremner trading strikeouts here this inning. It's number 3 for him. That'll bring in Rada. Really struggling as well. He and Edgar Mota both struggling. Need those guys to do something. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch from Skeens. And he swings and misses and strikes out. So both pitchers strike out the side here in the second inning. They both have 4 Ks through 2 as we have a pitcher's duel going on early. We're going to go bottom of the third inning. Mets did nothing in the top half. Ricky Garner's going to lead things off for the Angels. There's a line drive into right center field. That's going to get down and go all the way to the wall. Garner's going to start the inning with an extra base hit. And the Angels have man in scoring right off the rip. First one to make good contact off him. But I take that back. Grace almost pinned Ramos to the wall, but first line drive that's going to find grass somewhere. See this replay. Ricky just goes with the pitch. Big, strong kid. And right off the end of the bat, looks like in that animation. And I'm bringing Kalai Rosario up over 300 now in the postseason. He's a base hit here. There goes Garner. Pitches a strike, throw down, and he is safe. Remember, Ricky had 23 steals in the regular season. He's not shy about going. Catches Skeens napping there. See the replay. Had a good jump. Throw wasn't even close. It was to the third base. I mean, foul side. Look at this. Foul side. It's on the bag. You might have him. Now Rosario runs the count full. Here's the pitch. And he swings and misses and strikes out. That's not good. Got to get a ground ball or fly ball and get that run in. Strikeout number 5 for Skeens, and that'll bring in Guzman. Man on third and 1 out. We know Denzer has contact problems. Here's the pitch. And there's a line drive into left center field, and that's going to get down and go to the wall. There we go. Denzer making me eat my words, and he's going to stroll into second base with an RBI double as the Angels, 2 extra base hits in the inning, take the early lead in this important game 2. Bench loving it. Denzer's second hit in all of the postseason. He's been really struggling. As I've said multiple times before, don't care as long as he's playing great defense. That'll bring in Jesus Made, and in scoring position with 1 out. Down to count 1-2 though. Here's a pitch from Skeens, and he swings and misses on a changeup that dropped off the table. Strikes out for the second time today. That's number 6 for Skeens. Look at this pitch. Looks like it's good, and then it just whoop down and away. Had no chance. Now it'll bring in Grace. That deep fly out last time. 1 for 4 in the series with a home run. Base hit here would give us a 2-0 lead. 1-1 count. There's a pitch from Skeens. And it's going to be a ground ball. Second base. Campbell's got it. Throw to first. And there we go. 3 down. But we use a pair of extra base hits by Ricky Garner and Denzer Guzman. Take an early 1-0 lead after 3. We're going to hop all the way to the 6th inning. It's still 1-0 Angels. Both pitchers have just absolutely been dominating. Montgomery's got a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch, and he swings and misses on a changeup that falls off the table as well. That's strikeout number 7 for Tyler Bremner. Skeens has 9, so they're both racking up strikeouts. Now I'll bring in Fuentes. He's 0 for 2 with 2 Ks today. He's down on count 1-2. Looking for another one here. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be a high fly ball in the right center field on the run. And diving catch by Ricky Garner. Oh, my goodness. Kind of came in late. I thought that was going to be caught by Rada, but Ricky comes in and lays out. Watch this replay. Gets a good jump. Dives, backhanded catch, Superman dive, and there we go. Saves an extra base hit, and Bremner loves it. That'll bring in Max Schumann now with nobody on. 2 out. He's 0 for 5 in the World Series. Got a full count, though. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be high for ball 4. So the Mets will get a man on with 2 out in the inning. That'll bring in Christian Campbell. He's 1 for 2 with a single. That's trying to get a 2-out rally going here. Campbell's down to count 0-2. Here's the pitch. And he takes strike 3 at the letters. And Bremner at strikeout number 8. He is on a roll tonight. Absolutely pumped. Bremner is just on fire tonight as we lead 1-0. Bottom of the 5th inning. And leading off the bottom of the 6th for us is going to be Mr. RBI double Denzer Guzman. He's ahead in the count 2-1. Looking to get another rally going here. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a fly ball down the right field line. And Soto on the run. He'll have that for the first out. Kind of hung up there for him. That'll bring in Made. 1 for 4 in game 1. Struggling tonight. 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Just trying to make contact. And there's some. He hits a ground ball to second base. Campbell's got it. Throw to first. At least he didn't strike out that time. As there's 2 down. That'll bring in Luke Grace. 0 for 2 tonight. Almost had another home run earlier. Here's the first pitch to him. There's a line shot down the left field line. That's going to get down and go into the corner. Grace is going to have a 2-out extra base hit. Slides in safely. The Angels get another double. Grace just wearing out that left field corner, left field stands. That'll bring in Leandro Santana. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Looking for a clutch 2-out hit here to give us another run. Full count on him. Here's the pitch from Skeens. And swings and misses and strikes out. That's strikeout number 10 for Skeens. Number 2 in the game for Santana. Get a 2-out double and can't get him in. And we skip to the bottom of the 7th inning. Mets go down 1-2-3 in the top half. Edgar's going to step in 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Looking to get on base here late. Facing Skeens, 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. There's a high fly ball into center field. Fuentes running back to the track, and he's got it. About a step in front of the wall. I thought we might have had an extra base hit off the wall. I didn't think it was a home run, but he hit it hard and nothing to show for it. Tips the cap to the center fielder. That'll bring in Ray Harvey now with nobody on and 1 out. He hits a high fly ball in the left center field. Ramos chasing it back to the track, and this one is gone. Ray Harvey, his third home run of the postseason. Edgar Mota almost hit one out the pitch before, and Ray says, I got you. We'll hit a little more to the left. And there we go, a solo shot by Harvey. Now we have a 2-0 lead. We're getting shoved on by Skeens, but somehow we're finding enough extra base power. And Ray hit some big home runs in the postseason. This is a big one here. Gives us an insurance run as he puts that in the bullpen. That's enough for Skeens. Going to take him out now. He's pitched a great game, probably his best one of the entire postseason. He's got nothing to show for it except for a deficit of 2-0. Coming out of the pen for them is going to be Alex Lang. See what he's done. Really good postseason for him. Had a 1-7 record with a 5.12 ERA in a regular season, though. He's bounced back once the games really mattered. Nelson Rada is going to step in with nobody on and 1 out. See, he's got no hits tonight. Strikeout. The 3-1 pitch to him, and it's going to be a fly ball in the shallow left field. Ramos on the run, and he'll have that for the second out. Ramos has been busy running around that outfield tonight, and that'll bring in Ricky Garner. Doubled and scored earlier in the game. Made a diving catch. Here's a 3-2 pitch to him, and that's in the dirt for ball 4. So he's going to be on base for the second time today. He's having a busy day, and they'll bring in Kalai Rosario. And pitches in the dirt and throw down, and he is safe. Garner was going with the pitch, so it's not a wild pitch. It's a stolen base. Getting in scoring position with 2 outs. Need Rosario to get a base hit. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be a ground ball second base. Campbell's going to have it. Throw to first, and they get out of the jam. Only giving up the 1 home run to Ray Harvey, but Ray, flashing that power that we know he has, doubles the lead to 2-0 as we go to the 8th inning. And we're getting to the bottom of the 8th inning. Mets leadoff man got hit by a pitch, and then they went down 1-2-3, and Bennett Coleman's going to come in. He gave up that grand slam to Edgar Mota yesterday. Denzer Guzman's going to be the first batter. He'll face him. It's 1 for 2 with an RBI double tonight. Got the scoring started for us back in the third. It's down to count 0-2, though. Here's a pitch, and swings the pitch off the plate and strikes out, and that's how we start the bottom of the 8th inning. Now bring in Jesus Mate, having a rough one tonight, 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. He's just heating up, too. Don't need him going back cold. 2-2 count. Here's a pitch to Mate. And it's going to be a ground ball, base hit through the hole on the left side, so he's going to get on with 1 out. Now we got to see if he wants to use his legs and steal his way into scoring position. Luke Grace going to step in, 1 for 3 with a double. Both his hits in the World Series are extra base hits, a home run and a double. He's down in count 0-2. Mate's not going to run on this pitch. Here it comes. And it's going to be a ground ball to short. Montgomery's got it. Throws to first, and Grace is out at first. Mate is going to beat that to second base. There's no way they're going to turn too much. So let's get Mate at second. That'll bring in Santana. He's 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. Also, you got a man in scoring position. 2 outs. Need a base hit. 0-2 pitch. And it's going to be a shot down the right field line towards the corner, and it hops off the wall. Soto's got it, throws it back in. That's a big 2-out RBI double by Santana. That almost made it out. Just missed being a home run. That's why I had to pause and wait. Was that going to get out or not? See this replay. It was curving, hooking towards the foul pole, and it just bounced at the base of the wall. 2 more feet, and that's a home run, and that's going to be it. They're going to the pen. Coleman's coming out. He has not had a good time pitching against the Angels in this series. I'm going to bring in the lefty, Yuki Matsui. See, he's had a horrendous postseason. 17.36 ERA, 8% strikeout rate. That's not good numbers out of a bullpen guy. He'll face Edgar, 0 for 3 with a strikeout tonight. 1 for 5 with a grand slam in the series. Got another man sitting out there at second base with 2 out if he can get a base hit. 2-2 count. Here's a pitch, and Splitter jams him up and in, and he strikes out. That was an ugly, ugly swing, but Santana comes through clutch with a 2-out double. Now we have a 3-0 lead as we go to the 9th inning. And coming out of the pen for the Angels, our closer, Darryl Boovey, 2 for 2 and saves this postseason, 41.7% strikeout rate. He has just been on fire, as our entire pitching staff has been in the postseason. And the first man he's going to face, Max Schumann, 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. Mets need a couple of base runners. They have a chance. 2-2 count on Schumann. Here's the pitch. And he takes strike 3 right down the middle. I'm not sure what he was looking for. And that's how we start the top of the 9th inning. That'll bring in Christian Campbell. 1-1 count on him. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be a ground ball to short. Mate charge. Has it. Easy throw to first. And there are 2 quick outs here in the 9th. 1 more out to go. That'll bring in Elliot Ramos. Still a dangerous hitter. Here's the first pitch to him. Here's a high fly ball into left field. Rosario running it back to the track. Up against the wall. Leaps and he's got it. There we go. Ramos gave us a little bit of a heart attack there. Would have not tied anything. It'd just be a solo shot. But Rosario up against the wall. Reaches up and snatches it. And Tyler Bremner throws an absolute gem, matching Lorenz in the first game. Tough luck loss for Paul Skeens. And the Angels take a 2-0 lead here in the World Series. So we have yet to give up a run, guys. We have not given up a run in this series. See the line score. Skeens, 4 hits in 6 innings, 10 strikeouts, no walks. Bremner, 8 Ks, 3 walks, 1 hit allowed. All of our pitchers combined for a 1-hitter. There we go. Bremner gets his 3rd win in the postseason. Check the box scores. There, 1 hit by Campbell. That close to being a no-hitter. 3 walks, though. Again, Skeens pitched great. Bennett gives up the run late. Didn't matter. It was already 2-0 at that point. Our side, everybody but Mota and Rada and Rosario had hits. 1 walk, 12 Ks. Got to get that down, but we were facing a tough pitcher. We did have 4 doubles and a home run in the game, though. Ricky with 2 steals. Bremner with a gem in the bullpen. Perfect for 2 2/3. We hold a 2-0 lead now as we go to New York. Goodness, can you believe it? We're 2 wins away. Now the series shifts back to New York, where the Mets, in front of their hometown crowd, hoping they can get some support, get some extra juice, and finally get on the scoreboard as the Angels shut them out in each of the first 2 games of the World Series. They're not going to have an easy task in this game either. Derek Siddiqui's going to be on the mound for us, and we know about him and his strikeouts. See what we did out in LA, 6-0 win. 3-0 win. Mets, as I said, looking for their first run. Don't see 2 shutouts at the start of a World Series very much. Jesus Mate, got to get him going on the mound for the Mets to be lefty Greg Holman. He was a 2027 first-round pick. The Mets really need him to come up big today. It's the World Series, Game 3 on MLB The Show 25. There he is, the lefty Greg Holman. Not good numbers in the postseason. In the regular season, he was 10-11 with a 4.51 ERA. Hoping he can pitch the game of his life right here and keep them alive. First man up, Jesus Mate. Average down below 300 now. First pitch to him, and it's going to be a little soft liner over second, and that's going to drop in front of Soto. So first pitch of the game is a base hit for the Angels. We're going to start this just fine. Leadoff man on. See how much Jesus wants to run. Didn't get a chance when he was on base back in LA. Holman, got to keep him close over at first. Luke Grace at the plate. He's doubled and homered in the series already. He's down 0-2 though. Here's the pitch. And pop up in the center field. Fuentes settles under it. He's going to have that for the first out, as Mate has to go back to first. Check out our lineup. Exact same lineup we've been running out there all World Series. Finally found one that actually produces runs. We're not changing anything. That'll bring in Leandro Santana. Big late RBI in Game 2. Make it 3-0 at that point. And a man on first. 1 out. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch from Holman. It's going to be a line shot down left field towards the corner. And it is off the wall. Ramos got it, throws it back in. Mate coming around third. Here's the throw, and he's safe. An RBI double by Santana down the left field line. Yesterday it was down the right field line. See this replay. High towering shot. I thought it had a chance to go out. There's not much light in that corner either. It makes it hard to see. And then with the white wording on the wall, but a big RBI double, and we've got a run on the board already. Bringing up Edgar now with a man in scoring position. Angels looking for a big number here in the first inning. Holman's got him in the 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and he strikes out on the changeup, and his batting woes continue. not nearly the player he was in the regular season, and that'll bring in Ray Harvey. He had a big home run yesterday as well. And second, 2 out, 2-2 pitch, and he swings and misses and strikes out, but the Angels do get a run in the inning. Bloop single by Made, double off the left field wall by Santana. We lead this crucial Game 3 for the Mets, 1-0 after half an inning. And on the mound for the Angels, like I said earlier, Derek Siddiqui sees having a rough postseason. Strikeouts aren't a problem. It's giving up home runs. That's why we shoved him down to number 3 in the rotation for the last series and this. And hopefully he can get things under control today. Great pitcher, just likes to give up home runs. As long as they're solo shots, doesn't matter. Alexis Fuentes, their center fielder, is going to lead things off here. He's already down in count 0-2. Here's a ground ball off Siddiqui. Picks it up by his feet, throws, and he gets him. Almost didn't know where it was, but he knocked it down, and they're going to check on him, and he says, yeah, I'm okay. I just took it off the shin. I'll be good. In steps Max Schumann now. See his average down to 222 in the postseason, having a rough World Series. He's hitless. Nobody on, 1 out. Here's a pitch from Derek. It's going to be a shot in his shallow center field. Rada races over, and he'll take that for the second out. Here's their lineup. Looks exactly the same as the last game. Nothing changed. In steps Christian Campbell, one of their few hitters actually having a good postseason. Down to count 1-2 though. Here's a pitch from Siddiqui. And he swings and misses on the changeup way out in front of that one, and he strikes out. First strikeout of the game there. Third out of the inning. We've played 1 inning of World Series Game 3. It's 1-0 Angels. And we're going to skip to the bottom of the second inning. We got a man on. He got a race in a double play, so we essentially went down 1-2-3. And Elliot Ramos, their left fielder, is going to be leading things off here. In the second, 2-2 pitch from Siddiqui, and here's a high fly ball in the left field. Santana racing back to the track, and that one's way out of here. Elliot Ramos gets the first Mets run, first RBI of the series. They get shut out both games in LA, and now he ties this game up with a deep home run to left field. Told you, he's got a lot of power. 29 homers, 106 ribs during the regular season. As long as we keep guys off base, I don't mind giving up solo shots like that. See his replay, 106 miles an hour, and yeah, that was gone. Made it to the back wall there. I don't know if it made it all the way to the seats or not. Looks like it did. That'll bring in Soto, hitless in the series as well. First pitch to him. Here's a high fly ball in the left field. Santana race over a few steps, and he'll take that for the first out. Did not get really good wood on that one. Now bring in the first baseman, Ryan Clifford. 3 hits in game 1. 1-2 pitch to him, and swings and misses on a slider that almost hit him in the thigh. And that's the second out on the inning, second K for Derek. That'll bring in the DH, Jake Bowers. I looked at his name and I was like, don't say Jack. Jake Bowers. 1-1 count on him. Here's the pitch from Siddiqui, and it's going to be a shot caught by Denzer Guzman behind third base. I don't know if that would have been fair or not, but we'll take the out. But Elliot Ramos ties this game up with a solo shot in the bottom of the second inning. The Mets' first run of this World Series. And leading things off here in the third to be Denzer Guzman. Horrible 0.57 average, but had a big RBI double to get the scoring start against Paul Skeens in game 2. Heading to count 1-0. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be a ground ball. Second base, Campbell has that. Easy throw to first, and there's one down. That'll bring in Jesus Mate. Singled, scored in the first inning. It's 3 for 9 in the World Series with an RBI. Runs the count full. Here's a pitch from Holman. And it's going to be a little floater over third, and that's going to drop and be a base hit. So he hasn't hit the ball hard tonight, but he's found grass both times. So now we have a man on with 1 out. See if he wants to steal now. He didn't do it in the first. Luke Grace at the plate. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Pitch high. Throw down. And he's in safe. Head first slide. He loves to steal bases. And I don't think Hernandez has the gun to throw him out. So now we got a man on second with 1 out. And there he goes again. Here's a pitch. Strike. Throw down to third. And he's in safely as Mate Single, swipes second on the first pitch, swipes third on the second pitch, gets in scoring position. So now a ground ball or a fly ball can get him home. See this replay. Slides in safely, easily in front of the throw. Now Grace with a 2-2 count. Just needs to put this ball in play past the pitcher. There's a ground ball to second base. Diving stop by Campbell. He's got it. Throws the first, but that's going to be a good RBI ground out there for Luke Grace and give us the lead back at 2-1. Campbell took away a base hit, but just need to put the ball in play to get the run. And that'll bring in Santana, the big RBI double to start the game. And start this rally again with nobody on and 2 out. 0-1 pitch. There's a high fly ball in the left field. Ramos settles under that, and he'll have that for the 3rd out. But the Angels manufacture a run on Jesus Mate's legs. Single, 2 steals, and a ground out. We're up 2-1 after 2.5. And we're going to jump to the top of the 5th inning. Mets have done nothing on offense outside of Ramos' home run. So Rosario, he's 1 for 7 in the World Series. He's going to lead things off for us, try to get the inning going. 1-2 pitch, and he swings and misses and strikes out on the changeup. So Holman guns him down to start the inning. It's his 4th K of the game. That'll bring in Denzer. 1 for 5 in the World Series, 2 for 31 in the postseason. 1-2 pitch to him. And there's a shot in the left field, but right at Ramos as he backpedals a couple steps and takes that for the 2nd out. That'll bring in Mate. Manufactured that run last time up. First pitch to him. Here's another little floater over third, and it's going to drop exact same place as last time. So Mate, 3 hits today. Struggled against Skeens, but he's no problem with Holman. 3 for 3. Luke up. There he goes again. Pitches a strike. Throw down, and he's in again. 3rd stolen base in his last 2 at-bats. We'll see if he wants to take 3rd on this pitch, too. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And here's a line shot by Grace into right center field. That's going to get down, and Mate's going to walk in as Grace gets another extra base hit, his 3rd in this series. 2nd double to go with his home run. And it's now 3-1 Angels as the extra base hits are piling up for us. Check the replay. Goes the opposite way, inside outs, drives it into that gap. Mate easily just could have walked in, and Grace hustles in with the double, having the exact opposite kind of postseason that he had last year, and that's going to be it. Holman's out of this game. Mets don't want this game to get too far out of hand. It's only 3-1 right now. Racing in on the pin, that bearded man, Bennett Coleman again, giving up runs each time he's faced us in this series. I don't know why you want to run him out there. First man he's going to face, though, Leandro Santana. RBI double in the first, 3 for 9 in the series with a couple of doubles and a couple of RBIs. It's down the count, 1-2. Here's Coleman's pitch. And swing and a miss on the slider, and he strikes out to end the inning. But the Angels tack on another run. Luke Grace, a big RBI double after Mate stole his way into scoring position. Go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Mets still only have 1 hit. And leading things off for the Mets here in the bottom of the 5th, it's going to be Juan Soto. He's 0 for 7 in the World Series. Got the count full. Here's a pitch from Derek, and it's way outside for ball 4. He's going to get a leadoff walk here in the 5th inning. That'll bring the tying run to the plate right away. Home run threat Ryan Clifford struck out his first time up. Down the count, 1-2. There's a pitch from Derek. And strike 3 at the knees on the changeup. He didn't like it, but that was definitely in the zone. Big strikeout there, number 3 for Derek. He's not striking out the world this game. As long as he keeps the ball in the ballpark, I don't care. That'll bring in Jake Bowers. Hitless tonight. And throw to first, and they got him picked off. Wow! Soto was napping over at first base, and Derek just picked him off. My goodness, what a mental mistake there. And he was... Yep, got him right there on the wrist, and man, talk about erasing scoring threats. So now there's nobody on and 2 out, and a 1-2 count to Bowers, and he swings and misses and strikes out. So Siddiqui gives up the leadoff walk, gets a couple of Ks, and picks off Soto, and it's still 3-1 after 5. We're going to hop all the way to the bottom of the 7th inning, still 3-1 lead, both teams struggling to get men on base. Christian Campbell's going to lead things off. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout tonight. Down in the count, 0-2. Here's a pitch, and he swings and misses and strikes out on a slider. That's K number 5 for Derek. Second K of the game for Campbell. That'll bring in Ramos. Only hit of the game so far for the Mets was his solo homer back in the second inning. 1-1 count on him. Here's a pitch from Siddiqui. There's a shot into left center field. Running back is Santana, and it's going to one-hop off the wall. Throw comes back in, and Ramos is going to have a stand-up double. Second extra base hit. Second hit of the game. The only hits of the game for the Mets. And that'll bring in Soto now. 0 for 1 with a walk. Embarrassingly picked off first base last time he was on. He's down in a count 1-2. One swing of the bat could tie it up, though. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 at the knees on the changeup. Fooled him, and there we go. Strikeout number 6 for Derek. That was a huge strikeout right there. Check this replay. I don't know what he's looking for. Must have been looking for something up. And right there at the knees. Nice pitch. Now bring in Clifford. Still not out of trouble. He can hit a long ball too. First pitch to him. There's a high fly ball into left field down the line. Santana on the run, and he's got it for the third out. So Ramos gets a double. Siddiqui pitches out of it. We still have a 3-1 lead after 7. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Eric Miller is going to come into the game for Siddiqui. You can see he's had almost a perfect postseason. We went down 1-2-3 in the top of the 8th. Now the Mets down 2 runs, trying to get a late rally going as Jake Bauer is going to lead things off. He's 0 for 4 in the series. Struck out tonight. 1-1 count to him. Here's the pitch. There's a shot inside the third base bag down the left field line. Santana goes over and bobbles it a little bit there. Doesn't matter. Bowers is going to be in with a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Big hit for the Mets. First person outside of Ramos to get a hit. See, just inside outs and right down the line. Guzman had no chance on that one. So now the Mets are going to have the tying run at the plate here in the 8th inning. Ronald Hernandez has got to be one of the skinniest catchers I've ever seen. Looked at his card earlier. It's 155 pounds. 2-2 count on him. Here's the pitch from Miller. And swing and a miss, and he strikes out on a high four-seamer, and that's the first out of the inning. Last time I weighed 155, I was in high school. See this replay. Pitch is up and in, and he couldn't get his hands up there. Great location. Big strikeout by Miller. He's been phenomenal in the postseason as well. Now bring in Montgomery. 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts. 0 for 8 in the series. A lot of these Mets guys are 0 for the series. 2-1 count on him. Here's the pitch. And he pops this one up. Third base over by the coach's box. Guzman settles under it. And he's got that for the second out. Another big out. The runner stuck at second base. Guzman stuck over there behind the coach. And that'll bring in Alexis Fuentes. 0 for 2 with a walk. He's got plenty of power. Hit 35 on the regular season. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch from Miller. And swinging and miss, and he strikes him out. What a clutch performance there. After giving up the double, Miller's pumped. He should be. Gives up the double and gets him out 1-2-3. We still lead this game 3-1 after 8 innings. Game 3 of the World Series. We're going to go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Darryl Bluevy's going to come in and try and save this game. We had a couple of guys walk in the top half. Nothing came of it. Now Bluevy looking for his 4th save in the postseason. Trying to give us a 3-0 lead in this World Series. First man he's going to face is Max Schumann. He's 0 for 3 tonight, 0 for 9 in the series. He did damage against us with the A's in that wild card round a couple years ago. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Bluevy. And swings and misses on a high fastball up around his eyes. And that's how they start the bottom of the 9th inning. Bluevy's almost been untouchable as well. And that'll bring in Campbell having a rough night too. 2 for 11 in the series, but 0 for 3 with 2 Ks tonight. He's down on a count 1-2. Bluevy looking for another strikeout. Here's the pitch. There's a line shot down the right field line. That gets down into the corner. Gets by Garner. Throw comes back in, and Campbell's going to be in with a double. So that will bring the tying run to the plate here in the 9th inning. I was afraid it was going to be a triple when it got by him there, but now we got a really tough customer here in Elliot Ramos. He's already homered and doubled. He definitely could tie this game with one swing of the bat. 2-2 count. Here's a pitch. And a swing and a miss, and he strikes out on the changeup. Absolute Nasty pitch there by Boovy. Change up away. Can't get to it. Almost looks like he missed it. He was right on the pitch, but the pitch was outside. So now Soto, he can still tie this game with a home run. Hitless in this series. Does have a walk tonight. 2-2 count. Boovy's pitch. Strike three. Oh, it's a ball. My goodness, I thought that was strike three. So now it's a full count. And on second and 2 out. A little premature celebration there. Here's the pitch from Darryl. And swing and a miss, and he does strike out on the changeup this time. There we go. And Boovy shuts him down, gives up the double, but nothing else. And the Angels have a 3-0 lead in this World Series and a chance to get a sweep tomorrow. My goodness. I'm just so glad to get to the series, and we are 1 win away from a sweep and a World Championship, the first one since 2002. See the line score: Siddiqui 2 hits, 1 run, 6 Ks. Mate 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 steals. Holman, not a bad start. Ramos, the only man that did any damage tonight. But we are getting great pitching and timely hitting. Check out the box score: 3 hits, 3 runs scored by Mate. Luke Grace with a hit and 2 RBI. Santana with a hit and an RBI. 2 hits for Rada. Cut down on the strikeouts a bit there. 2 doubles. 4 steals in the game. Siddiqui, 1 run, 2 hits, 2 walks, 6 Ks. Miller gives up a hit. Boovy gives up a hit. Pitch around those. They strike out 5 between the 2 of them in those 2 innings. And we are just 1 win away from a World Championship. Let's go. And here we are, Game 4 of this 2031 World Series. I have to control myself. I'm being a little giddy here. Thought of us sweeping and winning the World Series. But the Mets just went through the Padres in the NLCS. They were down 3-0 and came back and won 4 straight games to win that series. So you cannot count them out. They have plenty of power. And if they can get a little luck on the pitching side, you never know. But I like our chances the way we've been playing lately. See the lines there: 6-0, 3-0, 3-1. Mets with 1 run in the series so far. Our pitching has just shut them down completely. On the mound for them today, going to be Christian Scott. He went 11-9 with a 4.57 ERA in the regular season. And rookie Richard Duke gets the opportunity to close it out on the road for the Angels. 1 win away, guys. Just 1 more. Good game. Have a good game. Let's get this done. Mets up against the wall. They got to start with 1 win first. They can't get 4 wins in 1 game. We just need to not make mistakes. It's Game 4 of the World Series on MLB The Show 25. There he is, Christian Scott. He's had a really good postseason in his 2 games. 1-1 with a 2.25 ERA. Only 2 strikeouts. That 3.9% strikeout rate is not good, especially when we strike out a lot. So maybe that he'll throw pitches we can actually make contact with. Leading off be Jesus Mate. Say 3 for 4, 3 singles, 3 stolen bases, 3 runs scored yesterday. 2-2 pitch to him. He's going to swing and miss and strike out, and that's how the game starts. He's really been hit or miss lately. He's either on or he's striking out a lot. That'll bring in Luke Grace. Got a full count on him. See if we can get him on base. And there it is. Pitch off the plate for ball 4. So we do get a man on here in the top of the first. It's not the speed demon, but it gets a man on base for Leandro Santana. Got a couple of big RBI doubles in this series. And the count 2-1. We can find a gap or a line again. Here's the pitch. There's a high fly ball into right field towards the line. Soto on the run, and he's got that for the second out. Little sinking line drive over there. Thought he was going to get down. And as usual, same exact lineup. No changes. I'll bring in Edgar. He's struggling still. Grand slam. Got to love that. But we need base hits. I don't need him to hit 15 home runs. I need him to get base hits. It's down on the count 1-2. Here's the pitch. And way past the catcher to the backstop. And Grace is going to be in the second base on that wild pitch. Almost hit him with the pitch. Now we have a man scoring position with 2 out, 2-2 count. Here's a pitch from Scott. There's a high fly ball into left field. Ramos racing back to the track, to the wall, and he's got it 1 step in front of the wall. Thought Edwards going to get an extra base hit there, but Ramos tracks it down, saves a run. We go to the bottom of the first inning. And on the mound, as I said, rookie Richard Duke having an outstanding postseason. 0.82 ERA, 109 WHIP. Just been a great insertion into our rotation this season. Now he gets a chance to close it out on the road, and Alexis Fuentes, their center fielder, leadoff man, going to try and get something going here for the Mets. They need to get on the board early. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and here's a line drive, one hopper through the infield, and they will have their leadoff man on. He is a threat to steal. He's already got one in the series. That'll bring in Max Schumann now with one on and nobody out. He's still hitless in the series. Here's the pitch from Duke. Here's a shot down the left field line towards the corner. And one hop off the wall. Santana's got it. Throw comes back in. And Fuentes is going to score all the way from first base on the play as the Mets get on the board first here in Game 4. Back-to-back hits here in the bottom of the first inning. Schumann got not quite all of it, but he got enough to get it down the line and off the wall. Now to bring in Christian Campbell. He's hitting .290 in the postseason, 3 for 12 in the series. Don't need to have a blow-up inning to start this game. He's down 1-2. Here's the pitch. And strike 3 on the curveball. And Duke gets the first out in the inning. He has a nasty curveball. Now to bring in Ramos. Had a big Game 3, but they didn't win. 2-2 pitch to him, and he swings and misses on a high changeup, letter high changeup. It's not where you want to put a changeup. He strikes out his second batter in a row, and that'll bring in Juan Soto, hitless in the series. 1-2 count. Here's a pitch from Duke, and strike 3 on the inside corner. So he gives up a single, an RBI double, then strikes out the side. But Max Schumann gives the Mets an early 1-0 lead in a do-or-die game for them. And leading off the top of the second is going to be Ray Harvey. 2 for 10 with a home run in this World Series. Down to count 1-2 though. Here's a pitch from Scott. And it's going to be a ground ball to short. Knocked down by Montgomery. And it's going to be an infield hit. Going to his right. Knocked it down and kept it on the infield. But Harvey's going to be on base with an infield single. That'll bring in Nelson Rada now with one on. Nobody out. Here's the first pitch to him. It's going to be a ground ball up the middle. Montgomery's got it and turns and throws on the run, and Rada beats it out. He had to go a long way to get to that. He's also a very tall, lanky shortstop. So we're going to get 2 infield hits to start this inning. See, he had to go to his right on Harvey, to his left on Rada, and both of them get on base on infield hits. So that'll bring in Ricky Garner now. 2 on and nobody out. Looking to do some damage. Down to count 1-2. Here's a pitch from Scott. And swings and misses on a slider down and away off the plate, and he strikes out. That was not a good at-bat. That'll bring in Kalai Rosario. He's 1 for 9 in this World Series. First pitch to him. There's a pop fly in the center field, drifting back further than I thought, to the track, to the wall, and Fuentes has it up against the wall. And Harvey's going to tag and go to third. It looked like a pop fly just kept carrying, and he pins him to the wall. Just missed a 3-run shot. And that'll bring in Guzman now. He's still struggling. 1 hit in the series. Down to count 0-1. 2 on, 2 out here in the second. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be a ground ball at third base. Schumann's got it. Throws from foul territory, and he guns him down. Nice play there. The Mets dodge a bullet. Wow, 2 hits to start the inning. No runs after that. They still lead 1-0 after 1.5. And leading things off here in the bottom of the second is going to be first baseman Ryan Clifford. 3 hits in game 1, nothing since. Try and get another rally started here as the leadoff man for the Mets. 0-1 pitch to him. And it's going to be a fly ball into right field. Garner drifting back, and he will take that for the easy first out. Now bring in Jake Bauers. He's 1 for 5 with a double in the series. Double in the 8th inning of Game 3 and got stranded. He's up with nobody on and 1 out. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch from Duke. And a swing and a miss, and he strikes out on that changeup low. And that's a second out of the inning. Strikeout number 4 for Duke already. That'll bring in Skinny Mini Ronald Hernandez. Nobody on and 2 out. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch to him. And he swings and misses and strikes out on a changeup as well. So 5 strikeouts already Richard Duke, not necessarily a strikeout guy, but he's got it going today. It's 1-0 after 2. And we're skipping all the way to the top of the 6th inning. This pitcher's duel. Both teams having trouble getting men on base or getting them in once they get on base. And Luke Grace lead things off. He's 0 for 1 with a walk today. 1-0 pitch to him. That's going to be a shot snagged by Schumann. That had left field corner written all over it. And he takes away an extra base hit, and that's how we start the 6th inning as Leandro Santana steps in now. He's 0 for 2, but at least he hasn't struck out tonight. Heading to count 2-1. Here's the pitch. Here's a high fly ball in the right field. Soto race over a few steps, and he'll have that for the 2nd out. That'll bring in Edgar, struggling mightily here in the World Series. Nobody on, 2 outs. 1-1 pitch from Scott. Here's a shot to right field, and I think he got all that one. Way out of here. 2nd deck in the right field stands. His 2nd home run of the postseason. His 2nd home run in the World Series. Hasn't done much, but it's been loud every time. Edgar Schmedgar, as I like to call him. 422-foot shot. And just like that, we have a tie game. Man, I've been waiting for that all playoffs. See this replay, and that was belt high, and he nuked it. Look how high this goes. Halfway up the 2nd deck and right. They're going to the pen. That's enough. They've had enough of Scott. Don't want to give up any more runs. He hasn't pitched badly at all. It's the only run he's given up in the game, but not taking any chances. Out of the pen, it's going to be Alex Lang. See what he's done. He's had a really good postseason. Now his job is to hold it at 1-1. Stepping in now, Ray Harvey, 1 for 2 with a single. Nobody on, 2 out. Try to get this. Wasn't even really a rally, it was a solo shot, but see if he can get one started. 0-2 pitch to him. And swing and a miss on a knuckle curve, and he strikes out to end the inning. But Edgar Mota finally gets another hit in the series, and it's another home run, and it ties the game at 1 to go to the bottom of the 6th. We're actually going to go to the top of the 7th inning. Nelson Rada is going to lead things off. It's still 1-1. Got 2 hits in the game. Alex Lang still in the game. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and there's going to be a base hit into right field, so he's 3 for 3 tonight. Nice to see him heating up finally. That'll give us a leadoff man on as we try to get the go-ahead run in. Ricky Garner up 0 for 2 with a strikeout. 0-1 pitch to him. Here's a high fly ball in the right center field. Soto will race over, and he'll have that easily for the 1st out of the inning. A wild throw there coming in from the field. And that'll bring in Clyde Rosario. He's 1 for 11 in the series. 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts. Runs the count full. Here's a 3-2 pitch from Lang. And jam shot. There's a short fly ball into right field. Soto on the run, and he takes it knee high. Wasn't sure if he's going to get there or not. That's the 2nd out of the inning. He had a long way to go. He's not the greatest defender either. And they're going to the pen again. It's the 2nd inning for Lang, so throwing a lot of pitches. I don't want him to make a mistake here with 2 out. I'm going to bring in Winder Avila. He hasn't pitched against us at all in the series, and you can see why with that 16 ERA. That's god-awful ugly. Don't know much about him. The first man he's going to face is Denzer Guzman, having a rough playoffs, rough World Series. He's 1 for 11 with an RBI double. 1 on and 2 out, a 1-1 count. Here's Avila's pitch. Here's a high fly ball down the left field line towards the corner. Ramos chasing it, and it's out of here! Denzer Guzman with a 2-run shot gives us a 3-1 lead here in the 7th inning. This guy does nothing but give big home runs in the postseason. I know he's had a rough one this year, but he's got some big RBIs in the World Series, and none bigger than that big 2-run shot. Look at this replay. That was a hanging changeup, 82 miles an hour, right down the middle of the plate. Not anywhere near where you wanted that, and Major League batters do not miss those pitches. As he hit a nuke down the line, into the seats, and might have given us a world championship. That'll bring in Jesus Mate now with nobody on and 2 out. Here's going to be a ground ball to short. Montgomery's got it. Throw to first, and that's going to be the 3rd out. But the Angels get a big 2-out, 2-run homer by Denzer Guzman. to take a 3-1 lead into the bottom of the 7th inning of Game 4 of the World Series. And leading off the bottom of the 7th for the Mets, going to be Elliot Ramos. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout tonight. They got work to do now. You can see we have Perez and Miller warming up in pen just in case Duke needs help. 2-2 count on Ramos. Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss, and he strikes him out on the changeup. That's 9 strikeouts for Duke. He's got Ramos twice tonight. See this replay. That changeup and his curveball have just been filthy tonight. Way out in front of that one. That's a tough hitter. Made him look foolish tonight. Now that'll bring in Soto. He's 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. 0 for 11 for the series. Do not expect him to be hitless in the series. Here's the 1-2 pitch to him. And it's going to be a ground ball. Base hit the left field. They had the shift going on. If Made is playing his normal position, that's a ground out to short. I absolutely hate the shift. So now the Mets have a man on. Tying run's going to come to the plate. Ryan Clifford, 3 for 11 in the series. He has home run power. Got to be careful here. No surprise we're leaving Duke in. He's only got 81 pitches, though. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. And swinging a miss on a changeup down and in. Off the plate, and he strikes out. Made him look foolish, too. 10 strikeouts for Richard Duke in Game 4 of the World Series. Is our rookie looking like a grizzled veteran on the mound. And that'll bring in Jake Bauers, 1 for 2 with a single, 2 for 7 in the series. He does have home run power, so the threat is still there. 1 on, 2 out. 1-1 count. Here's a pitch. There's a line shot into right field down the line, and that is fair and into the corner. Garner's got it. Throw comes back in. Mota with the relay to the plate, and Soto is out. What a play. Soto doesn't have the greatest wheels, but Ricky Garner goes over there, gets the ball out of the corner, makes a good throw to Mota, who throws an absolute strike to the plate, and Mota was out. And we keep this game 3-1 Angels after 7. Now it's the bottom of the 9th. Daryl Boovey coming in, trying to get his 5th save of the postseason. And save Game 4, give us a World Series sweep. And I'm kind of nervous, kind of giddy. It's a weird feeling. Leading things off will be Max Schumann. Had the RBI double in the first inning for the only run of the game for the Mets. Got a full count. If Boovey can punch him out. Long look. Here's the pitch. And strike 3 on the 12-6. Schumann thought that was inside. He can't believe it. Boovey gets a big strikeout to start the innings. We keep the leadoff man off. See this replay. And he definitely thought that pitch was inside. Not happy at all. That'll bring in Christian Campbell. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. He's hitting .277 in the postseason. Need to keep him off base so the tying run doesn't come to the plate. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch from Boovey. And it's going to be a ground ball to first. Mota's got it. He'll race to the bag, and there are 2 down. We're 1 out away from a world championship, a sweep nonetheless. 1 out to go. And Elliot Ramos is at the plate. Had a tough game today, but he's got plenty of power. And the first pitch to him is fouled back for strike 1. I've been skipping to the action pitch in every at-bat, and we're going to watch this entire at-bat. See, he's 0 for 3 with 2 Ks tonight. Down in the count, 0-1. Here's the pitch from Boovey. And strike on the outside corner. We're 1 strike away now from a world championship. Boovey kicks and fires, and it's high. Overshot that one. A little too much adrenaline there, Daryl. So now we got a 1-2 count. Nobody on, 2 out here in the 9th. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Boovey. And it's going to be a ground ball foul down the first base side. Ramos, late swing there, stays alive. We reset. 1-2 pitch again from Boovey. Here it comes. Ground ball to first. Mota's got it. He's going to race to the bag. And your Los Angeles Angels are world champions in 2031. We did it, boys and girls. We did it. Yes. We took the Angels, cut their 40-man roster, drafted a bunch of Rule 5 guys, and built this team through the draft. And all of these young guys have done it. They have come through and won the World Series. Was not expecting a sweep in the least. But this is their 8th straight win. They won 4 straight against Minnesota and 4 straight here in the World Series. They've lost 2 games in the playoffs. Our pitching has just been absolutely unconscious, and we just won that trophy right there, the second one in Angels history. And wow, we did it. I was so disappointed last year when we lost to the Mariners in the ALCS, and then we bounced back, have an absolutely incredible regular season. Moto with his 50 home runs. And there's Rob Manfred getting ready to hand us the trophy to our manager. And there it is. Los Angeles Angels get it done and win the World Series in sweeping fashion. Yes, boys, yes. Wow. This was fun, guys. This was fun. There we get this serious team photo, and there we get the fun one. There we go. Let's check out this box score. One last time on the season. 3 hits for Rada on the game. Moto with a solo shot. Guzman with a 2-run shot. Only 1 walk. Only struck out 5 times. Richard Duke have a game. 1 run allowed. 5 hits. No walks. 10 strikeouts. Perez and Boovy finish it off. Perfect 2 innings. Oh, man. Unbelievable. Go to their side. 1 hit for Fuentes. 1 hit for Schumann. 1 hit for Soto, 2 for Bowers, no walks, 14 strikeouts. Scott did not pitch poorly, but Lang and Avila give up runs late. And we win the World Series. Unbelievable. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of work. I don't know if you guys know how much work goes into making all these videos, but I truly enjoy it. Thank you guys for coming along on this journey. Get a second shot of Mota's second deck home run there. But this has been a blast, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And there's the game-winning home run right there. And we will have a long-term sim. It's going to take us a little while. Great play at the plate there to gun down Soto. It's going to take us a little while, so be patient. I will let you guys know when it goes live. But what an incredible journey it's been, as I said before. Let's go back and look at what we did in the playoffs. Lost the first game 5-2, and then a shutout, and then 1 run allowed. Go to the ALCS, only 2 runs allowed, no runs, 3, but we are already up big. No runs, 1 run, get to the World Series, shutout, 1 run. I can't believe we only gave up 2 runs in the entirety of the World Series. This team was, pitching was off the charts. Let's go in here and look at the stats, especially pitchers. Let's go to pitchers real quick. Freddie Lorenz, 25 innings pitched, 27 strikeouts. We allowed 17 hits, 2 runs. One of them was a solo homer. Only had 4 walks, went 3-0. So he followed up on that 21-4 season by being 3-0 with an 0.72 ERA in the postseason. Tyler Bremner, big game Tyler. This guy does excellent work in the postseason. 18 innings, 21 strikeouts, 3-0. 7 hits allowed in the entirety of the playoffs. 1 run, way back in his first start. No home runs allowed. 5 walks, 21 strikeouts, and he went 13-9 during the regular season. But once we get to the playoffs, he's a different pitcher, and we saw that last year too. Richard Duke, our rookie, 18 innings, 18 strikeouts. He doesn't have the highest strikeouts per 9. It's only at 64, but he gets to the playoffs. I mean, you watch these games, he's just striking guys out right and left with that big, huge curveball and nasty changeup. He gave up 1 run the first game, 5 innings. We got him out early. And then he shuts out Minnesota for 6 innings and gives up 1 run in 7 innings. Pitches into the 8th inning, 10 strikeouts. And then Derek Sadicki, I said he had a home run problem in his career. 25 the first year, 27 the next year, 25 this year. Then in the playoffs, he gave up 4 home runs in 17 innings. When we watch the games, he gives up home runs. If you just sim the games, he doesn't nearly give up as many. But he gets 2 wins, saves his best start for the World Series. 2 hits allowed, 2 walks in 7 innings. And then our bullpen, look at this. Eric Miller, no runs allowed. Alfonso, 1.13. He's definitely in the bullpen next year. Danny Young, he's regressing. I hate to see him go because I don't know how much he's going to regress more than that going into the offseason, but he pitched lights out. Abe Vento's the only one who gave up a bunch of runs. Bill Perez, 0 ERA. Foley, 0 ERA. Brito didn't pitch till the very end. And Daryl Boovy, 10 strikeouts in 6 innings with 5 saves. Our bullpen was almost perfect. We go to the hitting. Jesus Mate, 16 hits, scores 14 runs, hit 302 for the entirety of the postseason. Santana, 13 hits, started really slow, got stronger in the end. Rada had 12 hits, only 1 RBI. Luke Grace, 4 home runs, 10 RBIs out of nowhere. Rosario, 2 home runs. Harvey with 3. Edgar hit 2 home runs, solo shot and a grand slam, only had 8 hits in 13 games. That was a huge disappointment, but we win anyway, so it doesn't matter. Denzer hits .071, but he hits one of the biggest home runs of his career that gives us the World Series win. And let's go to the awards. And Nelson Rada is World Series MVP. Wow. I would have thought it was Made, but Rada, because he had 5 hits in his last 2 games. There's Made hitting .327 for the postseason. Let's look at him. Yeah, he had an offer. I think if he gets a hit or even 2 hits in this game, he gets MVP, the World Series. Still struck out entirely too many times, but scored 5 runs in the series. Santana, Grace, so didn't have the best offense at all. Nationally, was Elliot Ramos was their postseason MVP. But wow, what a team! And you can see Harvey and Moto are cold. He's already up to 99. And I looked at this before. He needs 9 home runs for 200 in his career. He only needs 12 RBI to get to 500 in his career. Jesus Made just needs, 41 steals to get to 250. Needs 14 home runs to get to 100. Derek Siddiqui, 241 strikeouts will get him to 1,000. So he could go to 1,000 strikeouts next year. Freddie Lorenz, 65 wins. He's not going to get 35 wins, but he's actually a little bit older. He's 27 years old. Remember, he was already 20-something when we drafted him. So we only have him for 2 more years. And that contract's going to jump from 11 to probably 33 million, but we'll try to keep him around as long as possible. Look at that. Outside of his first season where he had just a partial season, every year after that, he's had an ERA below 3. Less hits than he's pitched. And he's increased his strikeouts every single year. Tyler Bremner, again, he's a little bit older as well. Thought he really turned the corner there, but his wins dropped back this season. He's lowered his hits per 9, lowered his home runs, lowered his walks, increased his strikeouts, so he's getting better. And Ray Harvey's batting average was disappointing and didn't really take a huge jump in power. So we'll just see if he can take the next step next season. And Ricky Garner, definitely, look at that, plus 10 power against lefties. Increased his contact against righties. That was definitely needed. And his defense is going up. 38 doubles, jumped it by 25. That's nice to see that. Cut his strikeouts under 100. That was definitely needed. 23 steals, he's increased that. And he jumped his batting average almost 50 points. So good sophomore season from Ricky. Rada, most home runs in his career in a season, most triples, not his career high in RBI. Got to cut down those strikeouts, get those walks back up, but he kind of bounces around. He's more like a 250 hitter. This is his outlier season. And Boovy's done a great job. Leandro, this is the guy I'm most excited. He reminds me of Andres Figueroa from my Tampa Bay Rays series. Same kind of player, and he's producing 25 home run power. Got to love that. And a ton of steals. The steals are going down as he hits more power. His ratings aren't going down. He's just hitting more in the middle of the order. So we'll see. I wouldn't mind having him hit leadoff and Made hit cleanup, but we'll just leave it the way it is right now and see how that goes next season. And this guy, Alfonso, look at those ratings. He's definitely in our pen. I'm worried about the pitching clutch control, but he seems to do well when you watch games. And if you don't bring him into the inning with men on base, he'll do even better if he has a clean start to the inning. 98 hits per 9. And Richard Duke progressing really well. And there's a good chance that Duke moves up to number 4. And Bowden Francis, we are not bringing him back. He's already regressing. He's 34 years old and just made $10 million. We have other options, and that first option is going to be this guy right here, Sean Espinoza. I know he's 27. He was older when we drafted him, but he's an A potential. His numbers sit right at Richard Duke's. Look at that velocity and break. And he should be a good one to have as our number 5 starter next year. Knocking on the door behind him is Jimmy McGinnis, an A at 80. High walks per 9. He would sim really well. And Daniel Mateo, I'm really excited to get him in there. He's only about another year or 2 away. So once Mateo gets up there, one of these pitchers is going to be our long reliever. We just won't bring back Johnny Brito, but we'll stick one of these starting pitchers in the long relief role. And then we've got another A that we just drafted a year ago, Eddie Ramos. He's a ways away. He's probably 4 years away. So anyway, team's looking great. Got to get these draft choices onto the roster that we just drafted and see where we stand team building wise. But as I said, we are going to do a long-term sim, and I'll give you the layout for that right now before we sign off. We will go show any changes we made to the team in the offseason with either undrafted free agent signings, guys we didn't bring back or whatever. Show you the starting lineup and the rotation and the bullpen for the season. I will sim all the games. We will get to the draft. I will show you the draft. I'm not going to show the entirety of the draft. I'm just going to show you who we drafted at the end and what their ratings are, kind of like when we get to August 1st on the calendar, to show you our draft class and what that looks like. And then we'll go straight to the end of the season, so there'll be no regular season action. We're just going to go through as quick as we can, get to the playoffs. We get to the playoffs, we'll come in here, and I will sim these games as we go. If we get to a deciding game, we might go in and quick manage that game. I haven't quite decided if I'm going to do that or not. I don't think I'll do it for the early round. Maybe for an ALCS, we'll watch the deciding game. And definitely in the World Series, we might bounce back and forth depending on how the series looks, but that's what we're going to do. Goal is to get as many seasons completed as possible so you can see how these guys progress through their careers. And if we look at the budget, you can see these guys are all signed. It even goes further than this because Ray Harvey's signed for 10 seasons. There's 5 more years to the right of that column that it won't scroll. So the entirety of our core is signed for the next 4 seasons for sure. Rosario is a free agent after next year. Both Lorenz and Bremner have 2 more years, so we'll have to re-sign them. Rada is signed all the way out. Garner's signed out. And there's Bremner and Boovy signed out. So all of our starting players are going to be back for a while. And really need to focus the draft on getting position players to backfill in the minor leagues. So we might forego some really good pitchers to find hitters. We have a dearth of prospects, especially on the infield, that can come through the system. So I really need to figure that out. Hopefully our Discover Scout can take care of that. I probably won't be discovering pitchers early in the scouting process. We'll just put that guy on discovering as many hitters every single week. And hopefully we can find some gems and get them. I will overdraft them. If we find one that's really, really good, I'll just take them in the first round, not worry about it. And make sure we get some guys that we can fill in. If we get too many outfielders, I'll just move them to the infield. I'll look at their defense to see how they are. Might manually go in and pull their defense down a little bit because of the change in position. But we need to get more position players. We've got a few outfielder options, but we don't have a ton of infielders. So that's where that's at. Oh, if you didn't notice on this page too, we still have $78 million available to us this year. We're over almost $400 million in revenue. So re-signing Lorenz and Bremner shouldn't be an issue, even if we have to pay him $30 million. We have plenty of money. We can sign them both right now for $30 million, still have money left over. So that's the benefit of signing all these guys to these huge contracts when they're young, and we don't have to pay them over $30 million a year as they get older. So anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sure you did since we won the World Series, but I hope you enjoyed the whole process. I will do the long-term sim over several weeks. We got the new game coming out. I get access on the 13th. It'll go live for everybody else on the 17th of March. And I want to get the Washington Nationals franchise. That's my next one coming up. I want to get that one started and get into it. And I'll just do the Angels one in the background. And I will post a note on the channel, let you know when the long-term sim for the Angels goes live. So keep your eyes open for that. But I'm going to also probably take a week off. It's been a lot of work cramming all this into 2-3 videos for this one season. So, but hey, if you guys like the content, please like, subscribe, comment, share it out, hit that notification bell so you know when the Nationals franchise series starts and when the long-term sim for the Angels goes live. And I will see you soon. You guys take care and have a good one. Bye-bye.